One of the main traditions that we have tried to maintain is walking through the arch. And there's an arch on Old Campus that was one of the centerpieces for campus life, and it was also where you walked through after graduation, and also where you walked through your first day as a Wake Forest student. And so at the beginning of the year, we still have new student orientation, and one of the final activities for that orientation is all of the students walk through the arch and get a t-shirt, and the next time that you'll walk through that arch, and the last time actually you will walk through that arch, is on graduation. And so it's just that symbolic, alpha omega, beginning and the end. And so that's something that was really important to the Old Campus, and something that we feel is still really important. And it's just fun too, it's just nice, and I know that other people can relate to that and really can identify with that when they pass by the arch.
So on a more personal note, who has made the biggest impact on you here at Wake Forest, and why?
The person that has probably made the biggest impact on my time at Wake Forest is actually Mike Ford, and I actually didn't meet him until later on in my Wake Forest career, but he invited me to join one of his servant leadership Bible studies, and being on Traditions Council, I got to interact with him a lot, and he's probably just the most humble man that I've ever met, and he also probably embodies pro humanitate the best. And when I think of Wake Forest, I think of him, and I think of just how he acts and how he responds to situations. And so I always go to him for advice, and he just has really taught me perspective and big picture, and also just how to be impactful in anything that you do, and that there's no cause too small. And if you're also willing to go for it, then there's a way to do it. And he also is always willing to help you out. He also remembers everything, and so it's so great to see him on the quad, and he'll just bring up something that you even forgot about, and he'll just draw that to your attention. And it's also great because he was President Ford's son, and I had no idea the first 6 months that I met him, and my mom made me Google him because she thought I was so ignorant. And so I was like, Mom, it cannot be true. And so I ended up Googling it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And you would never know, but he talks about his dad and his mom a lot, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this man is so amazing, has so much life experience. So it's just cool to see his personal history and what he's currently doing intersect, and then just also how that shaped him, and how he's led a pretty big life, but that's still managed to keep him extremely humble, and he's always giving back. And I think that's just probably one of the greatest gifts that he's given me and given this university.
Great. So in the spirit of Mike Ford and giving back, how has Wake encouraged you to get involved in the Winston-Salem community?
Yeah, well, one thing that I really love about Wake is obviously its size, which I'm sure a lot of y'all also feel like, which is one of the reasons why I came to Wake, but it's also very nationally well known, and we are small, but we do a lot. And so I think that just being here and having that pulse, you kind of get addicted to that too, and you sense that. And I also really love actually Winston. I know a lot of people have the Wake Forest bubble and talk about that, but I think it's really important to go outside of it, because Winston and Wake Forest are two different places. And so I think it's important that we realize that we're not isolated from the place that we're in, and there's so many great service opportunities, but it's also just nice to get to know the people in the community. And I think that Wake Forest has so many opportunities in different venues and avenues, and then even just people who are from the Winston-Salem area who come to Wake are great resources too. And so I think everything from convocations to new student orientation to just even discussions in class and connecting dots, I just think Wake Forest does a great job of encouraging you to go outside of yourself. And I feel like I've really benefited from that, and I feel like I know Winston just as well as I know Wake.
Awesome. Okay, so finally, what is your favorite memory of Wake Forest? Hard to pick.
I know. My favorite memory from Wake Forest. Okay, I have a lot. But I think one of my favorite memories is one evening being able to climb to the top of Wake Chapel and just getting that perspective of Wake Forest from, I don't know, just such a high place, and you just feel so small, and you just realize just how beautiful our campus is, especially at night, and then just in a weird way how small you are, but yet you're a part of something bigger than yourself. And it's just great to be able to identify with it, and made me really proud. I don't know, when I walked up there, I was like, I'm just really proud to be here. I'm proud of this university, and just of what I've been able to accomplish and what it's accomplished. And I don't know, I'll just never forget that kind of like serene moment when you're looking out and it's just really peaceful and looking down their students walking, you're like, I have no idea what they did that day, but I'm sure it was something really cool. And I probably also know them. And so, I don't know, I just think that was probably one of my favorite moments.